Maadotep family. I'd like to say top of the morning to you guys and welcome to another Sunday online Njia fellowship of the African Village and Cultural Center. I am your friend, your brother, teacher, spiritual leader, Dr. Ray Hagins. And as you can hear in my voice, I am totally wiped out, exhausted, but can I have to, hey man, so much is going on, but I'm a little heavy in my spirit today. In fact, very heavy in my spirit today, brothers and sisters, because a very, very, very dear brother, friend, elder, confidant, father figure, you name it, man. You know, a parakletos, to use a Greek term, that I learned in seminary. A very powerful word, a parakletos, one who is called alongside of to help in time of need. That's what Elder Commie Wright has been in my life and to the African village. And a few days ago, brothers and sisters, in fact, it was on the 1st, Elder Commie Wright decided to make his transition into the ancestral realm. And notice I said he decided to make his transition into the ancestral realm. Okay, so what I'd like to do today is just grab one of our previous fellowships in St. Louis, okay, where Elder Wright came forth and led the Black national anthem for us. And that's where you may remember him from, the elder who would always lead the Black national anthem, okay, for the African village. Well, he made his transition on this past week, and we're taking it, you know. Let's go to this right now, if you don't mind. I'd like to just bring forth the video file, and that's what we're going to hear today for the message as well, because I'm not really in the shape to teach right this minute. Okay, let's do that. Stewart to come and get us started so we can have our fellowship today. She's going to come and lead us with our opening song of One More Time, One More Time. God allowed us to come together one more time, and of course y'all is here with us right here. Feel free to lift your voices and sing along our opening song. All right. Whoa, brothers and sisters. I had to pause this because I'm looking at the comments here, and Doc Motivate, you wrote, she is now an ancestor. Okay, I don't know who you are referring to, uh, but this is how stuff gets twisted. And then somebody else made a comment, thank you, sister, for the time we had with you. So I don't know if y'all are thinking that Sister Stewart made her transition. I don't know. But all it takes is for one person to say one word wrong and it gets out all over the world. So that's why I had to stop the video to make the correction. No, Doc Motivate, whoever you might be, I said Elder Commie Wright made his transition, the brother who leads Lift Every Voice and Sing. Okay, that's who made his transition, not Minister Karen Stewart. Okay, so please be y'all. Let's start. I don't know how, I can understand how church folk and I don't know. Okay, let's get back. Boy, okay.
He allowed us. God allowed us to come together one more time. God allowed us. Been so good and kind. God allowed us. Oh, yes, He has. God allowed us to praise His name. God allowed us. God allowed us to come together one more time. Oh, yes, He has. Come on, put your hands together all over the diaspora if you're happy about the fact that God, the creative force, the Almighty, allowed us to come together just one more time. One more time. He, she did not have to do it, but we rose like Wright to live again, and I'm happy about it. I'm excited to be back here home at headquarters, the African Village and Cultural Center in St. Louis, Missouri. This is where it all started, and we're excited about it. We understand that God does all things well. We were just here on yesterday for not so much of a happy occasion. It was a little sad, but you know what? We came together to celebrate a life, to celebrate a beautiful person that came from us. And so we're here today, and we're going to keep things moving. At this time, we're going to go right into our oath to our ancestors. To those of you all who know it, who are watching us, let us begin at this time. O ancestors, blacker than 1,000 midnights, African ancestors, it is to you that we, your children, give respect and honor. O ancestors, we call upon you and welcome you in this place. African ancestors, let your presence fill this place. O ancestors, who have been purposely excluded from the history books so that the world would not know of your greatness. Our African ancestors, who gave civilization to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the arts to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave music to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave the sciences to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave mathematics to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave medicine to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave literature to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave philosophy to the world. Our African ancestors, who gave God consciousness to the world. Oh, ancestors, we thank you for devoting your life to make a future for us, your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Now stand with us, strengthen us, guide us, teach us, and protect us from the snare of our enemies. Rise up, O African ancestors, and let our enemies be scattered, and give us the wisdom and the boldness to deal with our oppressors and those who would hinder the liberation and empowerment of our people. Rise up, O African ancestors, and live in us. We will not fail to honor you. We will not fail to respect you. We will not fail to hear you. And we will not betray you. Ashe, ashe. Come on, put your hands together in this place. Yeah.
You know what's good today? Elder Commie Wright can lead the song that I've been missing hearing him sing.
He's here. Yeah, Elder Commie's in the midst of us. Elder Commie, do you want to come forth?
Can you sing it today, Elder? All right, come right on up. Oh, yes. Y'all, I've been substituting for Elder Commie Wright, but we're here today, so he's going to come and lift every voice and sing for us. All right, give up. Oh, yeah.
Lift every voice and sing, till earth and heaven ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening sky. Resound as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought. We have come treading a path to the blood of the slaughter, up from the gloomy path till now we stand at last, where the white grave of our bright star is cast. Our weary years, come of our silent tears, thou who has brought us far on the way, thou who has by thy might led us into the forever in the past we pray. Let our feet stray from the places, our God, where we live. Let our heart drop with the line of the world we forget. Shadows beneath thy hand. our native land. Truth to our God, truth to our native land. Truth to our God, truth to our native land.
Thank you, Elder. That was strong and powerful. True to our God, true to our native land. That's our song forever. That's for us, by us, and all of that. We're delighted again to be here. And we're going to keep things right on moving. We know why all of you have gathered here today all over the world, because you came to hear a great teaching. That's what keeps us together. The power of Ma'at, the power of right knowledge, the power of great teaching. And we thank God that he saw fit to endow that gift, that ability, that discipline upon our own chief elder. And God saw fit to send him here to St. Louis, Missouri, so that he could be a part of us. How blessed we are. We may say a lot of things about this city, it being depressed, it being behind or what have you, but God saw fit that he would send us a messenger, send us a Messiah, send us a teacher, and we're glad about it. So at this time, without any further ado, yes, we need it, I'm going to introduce to some, and I'm going to present to others, and none other than our own chief elder, Dr. Ray Hagins, Sarah Akotep Ma'akaru, Son of God, who's been chosen by God to be a teacher of life, truth, and peace. Come on, put your hands together for him. Those of you that are here, those of you that are watching all over. Let's say Ashe for him.
Oh my goodness, Model Tech family. Ooh, you know it's so good to see y'all. I know I've been missing y'all, but I didn't realize how much. You know, oh my goodness, man, it's good to be here today.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I had gotten so used to, just streaming from my studio there in Georgia. And in fact, I had been bragging, I can get used to this, I can do this. I even told a couple of folks, I don't know when we're going to get to come back together in St. Louis. But it took a situation that, unfortunately, as you heard Minister Stewart say, the passing of our dear Sister Bria and her ceremony of life on yesterday, and instead of getting on the road and going back to Georgia, I decided, since I'm here, let me just stay here and teach from here today. And and it's so good to see y'all, man. I'm telling you. I mean, I know I saw some of y'all yesterday, but it's really good to see y'all today. You know, and I want to say thank you to Sister Priscilla and Major Van Buren for being sure that the building was secure for us and sanitizing and wiping down and everybody do their distancing and everything. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I ain't gonna lie. Some of y'all I was so happy to see, I didn't even care about the social distancing. I just had to put my arms around you. Yesterday I was hugging folk because I was just so glad to see you. You know, and my thing is, if you take care of your system, you've heard me say this, okay? I know they're teaching us and they're programming us, okay, to be dependent on the masks. You follow what I'm saying? Okay, but if you don't keep your immune system where it ought to be, the mask's going to actually end up doing you more harm. Okay, there are people who are literally passing away from this infection called pneumococcal pneumonia. And a friend of mine, I posted it on my Facebook page, a very dear friend of mine who is a physician, a few weeks ago lost 3 patients in the same week. From pneumococcal pneumonia. And pneumococcal pneumonia is a bacterial infection, okay, from wearing unsanitized or dirty masks. Okay, it's bad enough that you're breathing your own carbon monoxide. Okay, God didn't design for us to do that, y'all. When we breathe, we're supposed to exhale that poison out of our lungs away from us, not breathe it right back in. Okay? And so, you know, the mask, if your immune system is not up to par, the mask ain't going to do you no good. Did y'all hear what I just said? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't wear your mask. I'm not telling you that. But what I am saying is be sure that you put more emphasis in getting your immune system strong, okay, than even wearing the mask. Okay, you know, and you heard me say I'll give out the prescription again. 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C every day. Okay, preferably with rose hips in it. All right, and some of y'all are writing it down. Some of you guys watching right now are writing it down. So that's good. 10,000 milligrams of vitamin C, preferably with rose hips or bioflavonoids in it. Okay. Oh my goodness, what is the other? Vitamin D3. Thank you, brother. Vitamin D3 with K2, preferably. Okay, now if you can't get it with K2, just vitamin D3 is better than none at all. Okay, but look for vitamin D3 with K2 in it, and of course zinc. I didn't tell you. What did I say? Did I tell you how much vitamin D3 to take? Okay, 5,000 international units of vitamin D3 every day. All right. Now some of y'all may not like taking all these pills. All right, but trust me, it's better to take the pills and stay healthy, all right, than not take the pills and get sick and your body can't fight off the infection. Okay, and third was zinc, 50 milligrams of zinc every day. Okay, y'all do that. Now, of course, there's other things to take. Please drink plenty of water. Okay, preferably steam distilled water. If you can't get steam distilled water, spring water, any water is better than no water. Okay? But the main thing, family, is keeping that immune system strong. Did y'all hear what I said? Yes. Building that immune system up, okay? Make sure you do that, man, okay? Because, see, we're worried about who we are close to. We're worried about close contact with people we see. Can I just talk for this a minute? Okay, we're worried about people that we see. But what you're not thinking about, and I don't want to send people into a panic, but it's our reality. Okay, what we're not thinking about is getting on an elevator that an infected person was just in and coughed or sneezed in that elevator. Are you thinking everything's fine because you're worried about social distancing, right? So the person who coughed or sneezed viral particles into the air, you may not be near them, but the elevator or the room they were in is still infectious. Can I teach y'all? Yes. You see? Okay, so we got to be careful. Again, we're worried about when a thing looks bad, if a person looks like they're sick. Well, what about not being near anyone, but you were in the same space that a sick person just left from? Okay, that's why I said you got to build that immune system up, man. All right, so you don't walk around in fear. All right, I got to be careful. I don't want you to take on a spirit of fear. I don't want you to take on a spirit of paranoia. Am I making sense to you? Yes. Okay, but just build that immune system up. Okay, stay safe. Hey, nobody gonna take care of you but you. Yes. All right. Once again, brothers and sisters, it is so good to see y'all today. Oh my God, it's just good to be here. Even though I got to get on the highway and drive back after we finish today. So pray for my awakeness. Yes. Or it's not the immune system on the road, it's being awake on the road. Okay, you know, and but nonetheless, hey, the ancestors will take care of us. You know, just like bringing us out here, we made it safely. We thank God for that. You know, and returning home, and even not just going out of state, but even making it back to your homes. All right, because there's no guarantee that you may make it 3 blocks from here. You follow what I'm saying? So, hey, man, let's just, you know, give thanks and stay mindful of the ancestral work in our lives. To those of you, again, who are watching us by way of Facebook Live today. Thank you for being with us. I'm honored that you have joined us today, and I'm going to get right into the teaching. All right, I'm trying to stick to our time that we've gotten used to. We got started late because we were having technical difficulties, so be just a little patient with us as I rush through this message, but not too fast, because I don't want you to miss it. All right? But today I want to talk to you guys from the subject and by the way, thank you, Minister Herndon, for assisting us. She's over there on the side, y'all, handling stuff. She does it every week, but she does it from her home, and we're in another state. But here we're in the same place today, so she's off on doing technical work off on the side. You can't see her. You want to come wave at everybody right quick? In fact, you know what? You feel like singing? Can you sing today?
I'll try.
All that I have?
Oh, okay. Put it in the right key.
Okay, all right. Okay. It was too low yesterday?
It's too low.
Okay, all right. Y'all may not have heard Minister Herndon throw down and singing. So listen, I'm going to go over here to the keyboard right quick and let Minister Herndon sing for you guys, and I'll come back and teach, okay? Let's receive Minister Herndon by saying Ashe.
Model Temp family, it is indeed an honor to be in this space today, to be with family, amongst family that we've not been able to see, but here we are. God has still kept us, and for that, so grateful, so grateful. And to our listening audience, hi. Yeah. What? Yeah, yeah. What I have may not be much in the eyes of someone else. It may be limited by human frailty. And no, it may not be compared to what you've given me. It may not be much, but I give it back to thee. No great riches from the east, nor gold from the west. On a scale it may not measure with the best. It's not mine to keep, so I'll place it at God's feet. All that I have, I'll give it back back. I'm gonna give it back to thee. That it is. I'll give it back to thee. It's not mine to keep, so I place it at God's feet. All that I have, I'll give it back to thee.
Yeah, family, come on, put your hands together. Woo! Thank you, Minister Herndon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, my goodness.
All that I have, I give it back to thee. Thank you, Minister Herndon. You know, and you guys out there, you know, if you were blessed by that, put those hands together online as well. And let me see those hand claps, okay, to let us know that you were blessed by that. Let's get right into the message for today. And of course, I live for this. This is what I live for. So I hope you guys don't mind if I get a little carried away here today. And I'm happy to see y'all too. Oh yeah, okay. All right, let's get into it. Look, everybody say this. It's time to stop wasting time. Okay, that's the subject for today. It's time to stop wasting time. All right. Of course, when I teach, I always start with this illustration, and I'm asking those of you who are watching as well, and of course, y'all really need to do this today out there, because I'm going to say some stuff that you might not like. I'm telling y'all now. All right. Make a circle and repeat after me. The space inside this circle represents my realm of knowledge. All that I think I know about whatever I think I know is represented right here inside this circle. I must keep in mind that there is more to know than what is within the circumference of my awareness. Okay, did y'all get that? And the reason why I start my teaching off like that, family, is because as a teacher, okay, I'm no doubt going to say something that you're not familiar with, okay, that may be outside of your circumference of awareness. Okay, but then again, that's my job. If I'm only saying what you already know, then I'm not teaching you anything, and you're not learning anything. Okay, so allow me to go outside your circumference of awareness today. Brother Ray, why are you doing this? Why are you even doing this, man? Why do you stand up every week and teach, or teach from your studio, wherever? Or when I'm passing people on the street or talking to folk, I'm going to teach. Every time I get the opportunity to do so, I'm going to teach. And you know why? Because that's what I came out of my mother's womb for. All right, I'm clear on that. That's my assignment. So my objective, my purpose, okay, for existing, actually, my purpose is to begin the process of undoing and reversing ideas and concepts that have been programmed into the minds of our people by foreign ideas, okay, concepts that are foreign to us, standards that are anti-African, viewpoints that are Eurocentric, okay, causing us to short circuit on the inside, paradigms that have caused us to adopt a cognitive reality that has resulted in our loss of contact with what is real, our loss of contact with what is factual, our loss of contact with what is historical, and our loss of contact with what is spiritual. And that's what I came out of my mother's womb for. Now, do you know why you came out of your mother's womb? Okay, because you know what your purpose is, you'll be wasting time, you'll be spinning wheels in mud. Okay, going nowhere. Okay? As I was, and of course, I'm still influenced, even with today's message, from the sad celebration that we had on yesterday. You know, thinking about our young sister Bria, How old was she?
25.
25 years old.
26 yesterday was her
Oh, that's right. Yesterday was her birthday, wasn't it? Okay. Not only that, but not only was she young, but she departed this earthly realm, leaving 3 beautiful small children. You know? And thinking about that and trying to digest that, you know, and not just breathe so many of our youth. You know, I look at the state or the condition of our young people, and I'm reminded of the seriousness of what we would say every week here at the African Village at the closing of our services. Remember we did the pledge to our children?
Yes.
Every week, every time we came together, we would state our commitment to our children to do everything in our power to see to it that their future is secure. That's what we pledged ourselves here at the African Village to do with our young people. So now the question I must ask you today, and those of you who are watching, I must ask you the question, what does it mean to secure the future for our children? What does it mean? What's involved in securing our future? And when I say for our children, I'm not just talking about our children, I'm talking about our future too. And the reason why I say it is because our children are our future. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? So what's involved in securing our future? Are we able to do that? Not just willing to see, let me break this down for y'all, okay? A lot of people are willing to do that. Yes, we wanna be sure that our children are safe. Everybody is willing to do that, but not everybody is able to do that. Y'all, you know how when you go for a job, they ask you, are you willing and able? Right? See, a lot of people are willing, they have a desire to do, but they can't do it. Okay? And a lot of, you know, it's really deep, man, because, oh my God, when we're talking about our young people and them being secure and having a future and having a life, is that a realistic statement? See, that's how we have to start thinking about this, y'all. Is that a realistic statement to expect a secure future for our young people? We must make a serious assessment of this commitment on our part to pledge to our children and do whatever is necessary to put our words into action. So important. I'm convinced, y'all, that there are too many of our people who are idealistic about life. And that's what I mean when I say willing. Okay? I'm sure there are people who are willing to be homeowners. I'm sure there are people who are willing to have a bank account with a cushion of $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 in it. I'm sure there are people who are willing to have a brand new car. Y'all get the point? Okay? But there's a difference between being an idealist and a realist. Are y'all following me here? Okay? You know, it's been so long since I heard y'all in the background, so y'all, I'm taking advantage of this today. Okay? I'm usually in my studio just talking to a screen, but hey, I got y'all with me today. So, yeah. So understand how deep this goes, man. A lot of people, everybody repeat after me, a lot of people are dreamers. Okay? Remember that. A lot of people are dreamers. Now, what is a dreamer? Let's define that. A dreamer, grab this now, a dreamer is a person who has a great idea while they're asleep. Okay? A great idea while they are asleep. That's what dreaming is really all about. Oh my God. See, and here's the deep thing. The focus of a dreamer is on keeping the dream alive. Grab what I'm saying here, y'all. Okay? That's the focus of a dreamer. Okay? The dreamer is not about productivity. The dreamer is not about accomplishment. The dreamer is not even about getting results. You know why? Because in the dream, all that's happening. That's what makes the dream so wonderful. You're experiencing something that's not real because you're in dreamland. Now, the tragedy of keeping a dream alive is that in order to keep your dream alive, you have to remain asleep.
All right.
You ever hear folks come, keep the dream alive? Keep the dream alive. What you want to do that for? I mean, you got to stay asleep to do that. Now, here's the deep thing about it. The very moment that you wake up from the dream, no matter how wonderful your dream was, no matter how great or exciting or inspiring or sensational or motivating or magnificent or breathtaking your dream was, the moment you wake up, that dream ceases to exist. You are back to life, back to reality, as soon as you wake up. Okay? And reality can only be dealt with while you are awake. Now, what are the realities that must be dealt with when it comes to securing our future? Can I talk honestly with y'all today? Yes. What are the realities, man, that we have to deal with? Well, let's start with the most important people in securing our future. Those people are called parents. Let's deal with these realities today. How do we address being sure that our future is secured? Well, parents, we need you to be sure you do what you have to do to lay down a standard in the life and minds of our young people so that we don't run into the problems that we're running into, such as, number one, and you may want to write these down, unscheduled or unplanned pregnancies. I told you I was going to say stuff y'all ain't like now. Because see, actually, you know what we've done today? We have glorified premature pregnancies. We are actually teaching our children, our babies, to celebrate being pregnant. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean for this to be a message of condemnation. I'm not trying to condemn anybody, okay? Please don't mistake that. But what I'm saying is, it's something a little strange when a 14-year-old girl or a 12-year-old girl who can't even speak great standard English brags about, child, I'm pregnant. Not pregnant, pregnant. They're that immature yet. Okay? And then it's deep because, you know, we say, well, we understand people can make a mistake. Okay? But when it's your third and fourth, and for some, even sixth pregnancy, and you're not even 18 years old yet, And I don't mean to just knock the sisters, brothers. They can't get pregnant without the men, or the males. Why is it that approximately, hear this y'all, why is it that approximately 94%, what percentage did I just say? 94, approximately 94% of our people who are parents or about to become parents didn't mean for it to happen. Did not mean for it to happen. Okay? Consequently, now there is a major disturbance. There's a major distraction. There's a major interference in the life and plans, if there are any plans, of the person who is now about to become a parent. Just a few days ago, I was talking with a young man, and I said, man, what are your goals? And he said to me, and it really was kind of hard to follow him because a lot of the young folk today, they spend more time saying, do you feel me? You know, or they spend more time saying, you understand what I'm saying? You know, and they haven't even finished the statement yet. And I said to the brother, I said, I'm trying to follow you, dude. I'm trying to follow. You keep asking me, do I understand what you're saying? But you haven't said it yet. Okay, that's how they communicate now. Okay, and I told him, I said, brother, listen, you can't reach your goals if you don't even have any. He was telling me things he would like to see done in his life. So I said, well, how are you going to make it happen, man? What's your plan? You know, well, I'm trying to focus on things that I think are more important, you know, to the world. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Because it's kind of hard out here for us. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and I'm saying, I'm trying to, bro. I'm trying, but I'm waiting for you to get to the point. Because that's where the level of thinking is. But again, the question here is, why does this so frequently happen to our people? Why? What is the cause of this reoccurring phenomenon? How do we break this cycle of unexpected and unprepared and, as I said, often repeated impregnations among our young brothers and sisters? Y'all, this is a reality. And my question again is, are we able to address it? I know we want to address it. We're willing to address it. But are we able to address it? I want y'all to understand how deep this thing is, man. I came out, out of the Pentecostal church. And of all the denominations that black folk participate in, teenage pregnancy in the Pentecostal church is higher than any other denomination. And yet they talk more about fornication than any other church. Flee fornication. Don't have sex. Keep your legs closed, girl. This is what our young people grow up hearing. We tell them what not to do. But do we teach them how not to do it? Or are we dreaming about what needs to be done to stop it? The second thing, write it down, is parental denial of the truth. Are we prepared to stop blaming our young people for such tragic circumstances? It's deep how, especially in the church, you'd be surprised how many young females are scarred because of the rebuke and condemnation they get from church folk. You see, it's easier to blame our young people for not upholding the idealistic values that we dreamers have taught them.
Come on, you've been teaching.
Are y'all getting this? Am I making sense to you? It's easy to tell our youth, I just said, what they should not do. But how have we equipped them to not do what we tell them they shouldn't do? I'll tell you how we've equipped them, especially from the church. We've equipped them, which really we haven't done, but we think we have. We think we have equipped them by drilling them with Bible stories. By making them recite books of the Bible. How many of our children are pressured into reciting the books of the Bible? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, and so forth. And then when they stand there at 8 and 9 years old and say all 66 books, we give them a standing ovation, like that prepared them not to make the mistakes in life that they're making. How have we prepared them? By making them excel in Sunshine Band. By making them excel in YPWW. Well, that's what they call it in the Church of God in Christ, where I came out of, Young People Willing Worker. By making them excel in church youth programs, which usually teaches them what you were taught.
That's it. It's time for change.
Oh.
Yeah.
I must be happy to be here today, because I feel like my chest is about to explode. I'm up here talking so happy, man. By teaching them what was taught to you. And what's really deep is what you were taught didn't prevent it from happening to you. And you still think that it's going to help the children grow up like they should, because you're passing on to them the lies, the errors, the falsities that you were raised on. The third thing to help secure our future is understanding that we were assigned a culture and value system that was never ours in the first place. Oh my goodness. And if we don't intentionally and consciously choose our culture and our African value system, if we don't intentionally choose it, family, we will be molded and shaped by the culture and value system that has been assigned to us. Thank you, Shirley. Yeah, let me just help me calm down a little bit, because y'all, I'm telling y'all, I feel like I want to jump through this roof up here today. Why do we teach our children fairy tales? Why do we input these false hopes and aspirations into the awesome minds of our African children and then say we want to secure a future for our children? For example, stories of a poor girl who's victimized by her jealous sisters. All right. But she was rescued by a fairy godmother who sends her to a banquet in a chariot that was a pumpkin. This chariot is drawn by horses that were mice. Y'all follow this? And she was dressed in a gown that was rags and glass shoes that were raggedy slippers. And to top it off, she catches the eye of the richest and most powerful, good-looking young man in the kingdom. This kind of foolishness, this kind of senseless expectation becomes the subconscious hopes and dreams of our young people as they develop into adulthood. And we want to know why they're having the problems they're having. Look at this. We're getting ready to come into a time of the year. And some of you parents then already went and bought a damn tree that's taller than the ceiling in your house. Oh, shucks. Got these children waiting for this dude to come and put gifts up under that tree. Who's going to come down the chimney of your house while they sleep. And we're talking about we want to secure the future. How are you going to secure the future teaching lies? You understand what I'm saying? Our children are living what we give them. I ask you again, brothers and sisters, are you really serious about securing our future? Because if you're really serious about securing our future, somehow or another, with tact and wisdom, the ancestors need to be using every one of us to communicate to those who are practicing this foolishness that they need to stop it. Our children have been taught that they need to get a good education. Oh, you hear? You need to get a good education so that you can get a good job, so that you can secure money. But we have not impressed upon the children that they need to know who they are. Now, I'm not talking about here at the African village now, okay? I'm not, that's why we exist, to do the very things that I'm saying right now. Okay, but we don't have African villages everywhere for people to go in and learn who they are. Just sharing with Minister Stewart yesterday, if some of our young people had been given the opportunity without resistance to hear the truth of their culture, to hear the truth of their ancestry, to hear the truth of our African past, to hear the truth of what we've come through as a people, where we've come from, who we are, what we've gone through to get to where we are, our young people wouldn't be going through the stuff they're going through. But no, that's not important enough. You see? Neither have our children been taught who it is and what it is that oppresses them. Did y'all hear what I just said? Yes, sir. I'll say it again. Our youth, our future, have not been taught who it is or what it is that's oppressing them. I was talking to a parent a few weeks ago. Well, I want my child to grow up to love everybody. And of course, she was a Christian, and she said, because Dr. Hagins, you have to understand, the Bible says, in Christ, there's neither Jew nor Gentile, bond nor Greek, or bond or free. Ain't no black and white in the Lord. And I just looked at her. Because, see, I'm at the point in my life now to where as I ask God and the ancestors to not let me make a fool out of myself by trying to communicate to people who don't want to hear. Everybody repeat after me. There is none so blind as he who will not see. The Lord wants us all to just love one another and be one. We're all one family. And I started to say to her, why didn't they hold to that view when they kidnapped us from Africa? But you know, my spirit said, don't waste your breath, man. You know, we got to get to the point, y'all, of realizing time is of the essence, okay? And when a person, in fact, the ancient African proverb says it this way: leave him in the dark who loves the dark. They're still doing that here, ain't they? I've been here for over 22 years, and every Sunday when I'm teaching, the fire department goes past, every Sunday. Lord have mercy. Sometimes I start taking it personal. Our young people don't know who it is and what it is that's orchestrating the manipulation of their self-destruction. What good is reading, writing, and arithmetic if you don't have an African value system? Now, I'm not talking about white children. They can have their value system. I'm talking about our youth. That's my focus today. Our youth. Our youth are suffering because we have been given a program that's not us. I mean, that's backwards right there. What do you call it? Reading, writing, and arithmetic. What is that commonly called? The 3 R's, right? See how dumb that is? The 3 R's. Reading, that's an R. Writing, that's a W. And arithmetic, that's an A. Doggone it. You need to excel in the 3 R's. Mommy, what's the 3 R's? Reading, writing, and arithmetic. And a 9-year-old child said, but Mommy, ain't writing spelled W? R? Boy, don't get smart with me. Boy, I tell you, if our children want to be an engineer, follow this well. If our children want to be an engineer, if our children want to be a doctor, I was sharing with, what's Bria's son's name?
Ryan? Oh, no. Austin. I'm sorry.
Austin,
Austin's son.
right? And yesterday we stopped by Elder Aries' house, and of course, little Austin is hurting because his mommy just passed away, right? And he had his head kind of down, you know, and he was kind of, you could see it was heavy on him. And so I said to him, I said, Austin, your name is Austin, right? He said, shook his head. I said, do you know who I am? He said, no. I said, well, I'm your Aunt Aries' pastor, and I'm your mommy's pastor. Can I share something with you? He said, yes. I said, guess what? When I was young like you, my mommy died too. And then he looked at me like, oh, wow. You can relate to what I'm going through, you know? And I said, and guess what? I was in so much pain. I cried, okay? But my auntie, my great auntie, just like your great auntie, okay, took me in and raised me. Yes. And his face is getting brighter and brighter by the moment because I guess, you know, people feel like ain't nobody going through what I'm going through. You see? And I said, and guess what? I'm a doctor now. And you know what? I said, and just like with all my pain, I ended up being a doctor. You can be a doctor too. Okay? And you know what? It was really deep. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it made me feel, I don't say this to boast, I'm trying to make a point here. About 5 minutes later, I was talking to Elder Ari, and we looked at him, and he was in the other room with the other young people, and he was just laughing and I said, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be all right. As long as he got a support system. You know, and as long as he knows that he can be anything he wants to be, despite of what happened, he'll be fine. But we have to let the children know that. That's our job. And while I'm on it, since I'm here at the village, y'all out in the internet, just excuse me for a moment. Let me talk to the home folk for a moment. Y'all, I want us here at the African village to pledge our commitment to see to it that our elder Ari Williams has all the help she needs with these little children. Our elder Ari is 83 years old? 83 years old, trying to raise babies now? Come on, y'all. Come on. You y'all ever heard that phrase, it takes a village to raise a child? Well, it's time for us to put our works where our words are.
Excuse me for pausing the message here, but I'm sitting here listening like you are, and I'm being blessed by my own teaching today. But I just mentioned Elder Ari Williams, and of course this video is from a couple of years ago. And for those who might have logged on late, once again, the reason why I aired this video is because in the opening part of this video today, it had our elder Commie Wright, who would lead us in the Black National Anthem. Well, he made his transition this past week, and I wanted you guys to hear him sing that one more time. And I'm going to show you very shortly the final arrangements for his life celebration ceremony, okay? But the reason why I stopped the video is because I mentioned Elder Ari Williams, and I said I want you guys to let's surround her and help her as much as we can. Well, to give you an update, okay, the children are now living in Chicago with other family members, okay, who are younger and more able, you know, to adequately see to their needs, okay? But keep Elder Ari in your prayers, family. She is not doing well at all. Not at all. Not at all. She has lost so much weight. She's under 100 pounds now, okay? And I'm really, really concerned about her. So being that I mentioned her in this video, just keep her in your prayers, okay? Okay, let's resume this.
If our children want to be an accountant, if our children want to be an attorney, or whatever profession they want to choose, guess what, y'all? Whatever they want to be, guess what? There are schools for them to go to learn how to do that. But what about if our children want to be a parent?
No schools.
What school do they go to learn how to do that? What if they want to be a father, a mother, or a husband, or a wife? What institution are our children going to learn how to be that? The importance of child rearing and marriage is left to guesswork, trial and error, or whatever you picked up from your parents. If they were dysfunctional, guess what? You're going to end up being dysfunctional. Isn't it deep that the biblical text says it this way? As is the mother, so is the daughter. Bet y'all didn't know that was in the Bible, did you? That was drilled into my head at a very early age, and it made me afraid. Because what would happen is when I'd meet a sister, I want to meet her mama. Because the Bible says, as is the mother, so is the daughter. Boy, I tell you, you see, the values and priorities in the European society, and this is a European society, family. Don't get it twisted. All right, the values and priorities in the European society called America emphasizes career and money, not family stability. Isn't it ironic that most employers will tell you that the tremendous loss of employee productivity is due to family problems at home? So again, I ask the question, are you really serious about securing a future for us? Because if we don't give it to the children, we won't have a future. It's time to stop wasting time. Now there's so many passages in the biblical text, in the Njia, that speaks to us about the importance of seeing to it that our oncoming generation gets right knowledge. Notice I said right knowledge. I didn't say that see to it that oncoming generations get the traditions of your church or your pastor, or the way you grew up. I didn't say that. We got to see to it that our children get right knowledge. And for the sake of time, I'm not going to go through all those scriptures right now, but just understand. Maybe I can quote one that folk might not know too much about. For example, in the book of Proverbs, it says in the book of Proverbs, y'all ever hear the phrase, spare the rod, spoil the child? Y'all heard that, right? Yes. Okay, well, y'all guess what? The Bible doesn't say that. Well, the good book says, spare the rod and spoil the child. No, the good book don't say that. Okay? What the Bible does say is, he that spareth the rod hateth his son. The Bible also says in Proverbs, young people just naturally do foolish things. It's natural for them to do foolish things. You know why? Because they're young. You know? Okay? Young people just do foolish things naturally because they're young. But then it goes on to say, but the rod of correction will drive foolishness far away from him. Now, I'm living proof. I don't need nobody else's evidence. I'm the evidence to that verse right there. The woman who raised me, my great aunt, Dr. Eileen Gilmore, who I call my mother, God put a motor, M-O-T-O-R, God put a motor in that woman's shoulder. I know what I'm talking about. Okay? And not only that, I don't know if y'all had parents that were just, oh God, I'm thinking about, I remember one time she said she was going to get me. And the entire while, the rest of that day, I was messed up. I was messed up. The next day, I was messed up. She ain't get me. At least not right away. Almost 2 weeks later, I don't know if y'all ever experienced anything like this. Almost 2 weeks later, my mom said to me, now Raymond, you remember when I told you such and such, and you disobeyed me? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, go on upstairs, get ready for bed. I figured she was going to let me go to bed. Got my pajamas on. She came in my room with one of those big old Garrison, but no, I'm sorry, it wasn't a Garrison belt. It was a coffee pot cord. I don't know if y'all remember those coffee pot cords. They were black cloth with the little white stripes through it, thread, you know. She came in my room with that coffee pot cord and said, "Now, didn't I tell you?" And that's the last thing she said. Her words couldn't keep up with her hand. So she just stopped talking and just went to work. And I mean, that arm would whap, 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 whap. And I mean, every lick made contact. And she was moving too fast. You know how you try to grab the, you know, oh, don't you dare grab this. Well, thank God for that motor in her shoulder. Oh yeah, because I can proudly stand here today and say I thank God for that kind of discipline. They done passed laws now to say we would take you to jail if you hit your child like that. And look at how our children are turning out. So the question again is, what are you going to do to secure our future? Well, child, the only thing I know to do is just pray for them. That's why they're in the condition they're in. Because nobody prays more than us. Nobody prays more than us. Some of y'all got parents that boast that they are a prayer warrior. Now, what the hell is that? What is a prayer warrior? You should be a liberation warrior.
Right now.
You should be a child empowerment warrior. Dad Bill, who used to come here and fellowship with us, used to say, how you say it? Oh God, he used to say, prayer is okay at a camp meeting, but it don't mean nothing at a bear meeting. You understand? When danger is present, prayer is not the answer. You have to deal with that danger that's present. Position yourself to deal with danger that's present. And don't be ashamed or afraid to deal with a clear and present danger in your life. And our young people are facing a clear and present danger every doggone day. So think about it. Ask the Almighty for wisdom and guidance to carry out whatever it is you need to do to rescue our young people. Because many people are psychologically, intellectually, emotionally, socially, and spiritually asleep. And I painfully found out, y'all, in my years in this movement of trying to free our people's minds, I painfully found out that a lot of folk don't want to wake up.
That's true.
But that's why I asked the question, what time is it? It's time for us to stop wasting time. Minister Stewart, if you will, if you got your Bible program in your phone, to pull up the book of Romans, the 13th chapter. And those of you who are watching, I'm sorry, Mr. I didn't get these verses to you to post in the chat room. Romans 13, verses 11 and 12. And I'm going to close on this verse. You have it?
Yes, sir.
And by the way, it's kind of good to be back in this environment as well, because we've been talking about how people meet Minister Stewart. And they hear her voice, and they say, "You the one that be reading for Dr. Hagins." You know? So y'all about to hear that voice again. Go ahead, what does it say?
And that knowing the time,
Oh, yes.
that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Thank you.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Okay. I want y'all, I thought you finished. Good.
The night is far spent,
No, you did. After salvation is fine. Yep. Knowing the time. Knowing the time. The word time here comes from the word kairos, which means that strategic period when things are brought to a crisis. You have to know what that is. You have to recognize that strategic period when things are brought to a crisis. I have a question for y'all. Are we in that period now? Yes. We are in a crisis. Our dear warrior sister, Ancestral warrior sister now, who made her transition, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, who wrote the book, The Yeesus Papers, she said in her work that there are 9 areas of people activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. These are the 9 areas of people activity. And guess what, y'all? All 9 areas of people activity, we are suffering a period of crisis. Let's look at verse 11 again. It said, it is now high time. High time. All right, now time again is kairos, but high time comes from the words, or the original etymological term, hora, H-O-R-A-H, which means a definite time. When it says high time, it means a definite time. In other words, that definite time is now. Not next week, not next year. Not when things get better. Now. To awake from the word igiro, which means, and here's what awake means in that verse, it means to rise up, get up, and produce. Rise up, get up, and produce. That's what the word awake. It don't just mean open your eyes and wipe the sleep out of your eyes. That's not what it means. Sleep is the word hupnos, which means a state of chronic and severe. Oh, hear this well, please hear this. A state of chronic and severe ignorance due to intentional miseducation. Did y'all get what I just said? Due to intentional miseducation. And the word salvation there is the word soteria, which means deliverance. See, y'all think it's about heaven. This ain't got a doggone thing to do with heaven. Soteria here means deliverance from the molestation of our enemies. Did y'all hear what I said?
Yes, sir.
Look at how we're being molested by our enemies. We're being psychologically molested, socially molested, psychologically, emotionally, spiritually molested by our enemies. So again, y'all, it's time to stop wasting time. We have lives to save. Okay? And as long as we keep doing that old tradition of religion, we're going to see more and more and more of our young people dying at early ages, okay, with their lives not where it should be. Can I get an ashe? Brothers and sisters, those of you guys out there watching me, I hope you got something out of the message today. I'd like to extend the invitation to you guys to join in, log on to our 24/7 webcasted teachings at our website, theafricanvillage.org. When you go there, look down the left side of the column, you see where it says listen to the 24/7 broadcast. Click on that link. Listen, learn, free your African mind. Prepare yourself and equip yourself to become instruments in the salvation of our young people. I also invite you to log on every Wednesday night to listen to Q&A with Dr. Ray. Every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time at the same site, okay? You'll see there, it'll come on the same spot. You can always go and listen to our archives. I also invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Periscope channel. Click the like button, okay? And even...
Well, brothers and sisters, I pray that you have been blessed by the message today, even though it was pre-recorded. And once again, the reason why I did this message today is simply because, number one, I'm just not up to teaching today, and it really something has to really be upsetting to me for me not to be up to teaching. You know, I mean, 'cause that's my joy, that's my strength. But you know, Elder Commie Wright making his transition on this week really took some wind out of my sail. I'm not gonna lie about it. It really did, and I'm trying to bounce back from that, man. You know. So, by the way, those of you who want to be a part of the celebration of life for Elder Commie, let me put it on the screen there for you. I believe where it is. There it is there. Okay. The final arrangements for Elder Commie are as follows. The visitation and viewing will be at the William C. Harris Funeral Home, located at 1645 Redmond Avenue, Spanish Lake, Missouri, or St. Louis, Missouri. And the time will be from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that's on Wednesday. Okay, oh my goodness, what is that? The Wednesday, the 15th, I believe it is. Yes. Okay, I thought I had it there. And you know, the funeral, or I shouldn't call it a funeral because it's actually a celebration of the life of Elder Commie. The actual celebration of life ceremony will be on that Wednesday, November 16th at 11 o'clock at the Washington Metropolitan AME Church, which was Elder Commie Wright's former church before he came to the African Village. And the reason why he requested to have his funeral there instead of at the African Village was, number one, that's the church that his family goes to. Okay. And he knows that his family, you know, those he's still trying to reach many of them, that they would still be more comfortable at their church than coming into the African Village. You know, and so hey, out of respect to the family, okay, and Elder Commie's wishes, we're gonna just have the ceremony at his previous church, and it's good because all of his old friends and everything will be there, and the church is much larger than the African Village anyway, and the Commie said, and Dr. Ray, I want you to do what you do. So I know what that meant. That's his way of saying my final act of getting this message of African liberation across to as many people as I can. So that's why the ceremony will be at his former church, the Washington Metropolitan AME Church there. And the address is 1613 North Garrison Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, so come on, family. If you're in the St. Louis area, plan to be with us. He did tell his son that he would like to have a strong African Village presence at his ceremony. Okay, so listen, brothers and sisters, all of you anywhere there in the St. Louis area, if you can be with us on next week on that Wednesday for the celebration of life, Elder Commie, let's pack out the Washington Metropolitan AME Church. Okay, bear with me for a moment, brothers and sisters. Boy. Oh, I'm gonna miss that brother. Believe me when I tell you. Okay. Also, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Those of you watching this there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay, and subscribe. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Bear with me, family. I'm trying to hold it together here, man. I really am. Oh my God. Okay, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And email. Okay, I forgot to change. The email is just rayhagins@gmail.com. Okay. And I invite you to log on Wednesday nights and listen to the 24/7 station there where I'm teaching on Wednesday nights, Q&A with Dr. Ray. And I'm trying to end this, family, because I'm about to lose it up here, okay? Make your donations. Boy. If you would make your donations, you know where to make it. You see it there on the screen. I'm trying to get myself together, man. Damn. Okay. Send us your donations to help us with the work we're doing, okay? Also, family, I encourage you to become a member of the Black Achievement Fund. Go to baf.solutions. That's the site, not .com, .net, .org, baf.solutions. Okay? Go there, listen to our president and founder, I almost made you a Dr. Arki, okay? Listen to our president and founder, Brother Arki Hodges, as he explains what the Black Achievement Fund is really about. Brothers and sisters, it is the solution for our predicament as African people living here in America. So come on and be a member of the Black Achievement Fund. Okay, I would say a whole lot more about it, but y'all, I'm really trying to fight to hold myself together here right now. So I need to kind of get off. And I think if we just sing the African in me loves the African in you, when we come together, there ain't nothing we can't do because you're easy to love. Oh boy, maybe I'll feel better. Okay, so let's do that, okay? And let me get out of here as we sing this. Yeah. Come on, family. The African in me, come on. The African in me, love the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. Easy to love. Easy to love. Let's do it again. The African in me, love the African in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're easy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're easy to love. Let's do the principles of my art. Truth, justice, and righteousness. And close it out, okay? The truth that's in me, love the truth that's in you. When we come together, ain't nothing we can't do. You're easy. You're easy. Ooh, you're easy to love. You're easy to love. Justice, come on everybody. The justice in me, love the justice in you. You're easy. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, brothers and sisters. I gotta close this because I love you guys. Thank you for your support. See you guys next week, okay? Peace.